and welcome everyone to our highlights show, day 3. I'm your host, Nazi Paikidze, and I'm here with two fantastic grandmasters, Yasser, Seirawan, and Evgenij, Miroshnichenko.
Our pleasure to join you, Nazi, as always.
Let's take a look at the standings after day 3. The rapid portion is over, and Gukesh is going to the Blitz with a huge lead. He has 14 points. He's 3 points ahead of Krzysztof Duda, who is in clear second. And then Magnus Carlson looking in, he's in clear third with 10 points.
If you see Magnus's line score, he won in round 7 against Fabi Caruana, and he did it in spectacular fashion. He was worse coming out of the opening, and he came up with an intuitive double pawn sacrifice that gave him the initiative and a great victory. Have a look. Well, for those of you who whoa, he went queen f2. For those of you joining us late, Caruana saw a nice opening advantage, we think, for Fabi. But then some doubtful play gave Magnus a wonderful attack. And once Magnus got his knight to e4, I think that the tide had shifted and Fabi was on the back foot the rest of the game. Queen f2 resigns. He doesn't even go for a check.
When you need a win with black, you play Caruana.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Great game by Magnus.
Miro, for round 8, what caught your attention?
Well, Fabi, after a loss to Carlson, when you would expect him to be depressed, all of a sudden he bounces back, beating Giri with black with relative ease. Straight from the opening, pretty much. And you can take a look for yourself.
It's good for Fabi, I think.
Yeah.
Fabi's completely winning.
What?
Yeah,
that happened fast. When we left it, we just saw the move b3. We thought after f5, no advantage, but we didn't think there was going to be a disadvantage.
I just wanted to update you on Giri Caruana. Yeah, Fabi indeed just won the c4 pawn.
Bravo.
Where was it? Yeah, Queen h5 was played instead of Queen f2, which might be the same. Bishop takes, Queen takes, and Queen f7. And again, if you return, there is knight e5. So Rook f1, Queen c4, Queen f5. It doesn't do much.
Queen e6?
95.
Yeah, like I wanted to say black easily stops white's threats.
Yes.
Until I realized white doesn't have a threat. Because f7 is protected, you know, so anything, knight e5, Queen e6, black is totally dominant.
Yes, he's playing Queen 6. It's a very important win for Fabi to bounce back.
Truly, because he had such a bad loss to Magnus, and a victory against an opponent who, by the way, he has a very good score with. And
he was at 50%. Probably even King f6 is winning, but
I like this.
White has the works.
Well done, Fabi. Our congratulations.
Another game we want to talk about was between Nadbeck and Magnus Carlson. It wasn't a decisive game, it ended in a draw, but it was one of the most interesting games we had today. Magnus sacrificed an exchange first, then he was down a piece for 2 pawns, but Nadbeck defended well and eventually ended in a draw. Take a look.
When we left it, he was down an exchange, but he had just gotten a pawn for the exchange. But look at it as, wow, that is a nice jump. Very harmonious pieces. And again, this extraordinary exchange sacrifice, I want to say, by Magnus, has led to a position where he had a minor piece and a pawn for an exchange, but really, really good coordination. He gave up an exchange for yet another pawn. So now what's the material balance here?
2 pawns for a piece,
but great.
King's position is not good for white. Knight e2 is checkmate in 1.
So we're about to see g6, queen has to protect e2, queen to d1, and then Magnus just has a great position. Miro, jump in on that one. My judgment was completely wrong.
No, it wasn't. Like, Magnus has enough, of course, enough compensation. What he's missing is the badly placed piece. Like, when you teach people, you say, okay, now you improve your piece, which is not playing, but his pieces are ideal and it's still not enough.
Wow. For a rapid game, That game had a lot of content.
It was a
and
mess.
Very, very, very nice.
But ended peacefully in a draw.
Another peaceful draw that wasn't peaceful at all was a topsy-turvy game between Sarich and Gukesh. It was an interesting martial gambit, and Gukesh, we thought, was going to win this game, and then at the very end, we thought that Ivan Sarich was going to win the game. Do you agree that it should have been a draw? Have a look.
Queen E2 maybe?
I like the way you said Queen C1 is strong. I don't know how strong is it. I'm defending with
Strong defensive.
yes.
Wow, but now you can take the pawn.
A4.
Now after Queen D3, you can take the pawn.
White is
He
better
did
now.
it. He did.
That was a huge blunder. I think he
Gukesh.
forgot about the pawn.
It's so easy to just forget.
We have Queen D3 now, 93. Okay, he repeated a few times. Really?
No, Queen F1 is an actual
I think
draw.
he's taking the draw, but he is winning with 93.
He's
Yeah, it's
winning.
incredible that
Whew.
he's winning with 93 and
Wow, I think Ivan just hadn't realized that
He had chances.
he had real chances of winning that game. Wow. Some very lengthy rounds. And in round 9, we had a really remarkable game between
Sarich and Fabi. Yes. Well, Sarich, after surviving this monster game, he went for King's Indian defense, trying to put Fabi under pressure. And he was the one to fall for Fabi's devilish trap. About 25 moves it took to understand that Fabi is completely winning. Take a look.
I want to go to
Fabi's game. I think
he
he's
is
put in
playing,
the final
and we
touches.
do have knight h4.
Yeah, c6 is the move.
Wow. And this was this amazing combination by Ivan Sarich, e4, and winning in exchange. No, the counter by Fabi, as Fabi says, check this out. I'm the one who's actually winning.
I was like, how did he avoid the checkmate? I forgot about f6 move.
F6.
Only move.
Rook f7, and that covers g7 as well. Castles, now he's threatening the discovered check. Rook to g7.
Position.
And Sarich is just barely hanging on, just that I'm thinking
Queen
knight
h4?
f4. Oh, pardon me, queen h4.
Queen h4 is not bad.
That's brutal. That is a very direct. By the way, this guy is also hanging.
Not even paying attention to
Not
that.
even paying attention.
The rest
So many
Queen
moves.
f6.
Yes.
I think that's the maximum the maximum threats you can have with this position.
Queen
Exactly.
e8.
Queen e8, and this is where you
Then you take.
then you concede to capturing material.
And Ivan said, "Look, I've seen enough." And for Fabi, a beautiful way of finishing the rapid.
And Gukesh finished the day with another win, this time against Wesley. So he came very well prepared. It was some very rare sideline, surprised Wesley, got an advantage. And then Wesley made just one really bad move, that queen c6. After that, Gukesh got a huge advantage and never gave any chances to Wesley. Take a look.
Clearly, he's trying to provoke something. He understands the position is not great, right? So he did play queen c6. Wow. Let's maybe look at your board, Yasser. I
Yes.
can give you like what
The
the
moves,
computers
rook
has to
f8.
say.
Sure.
Well, over here, any move you would consider would be good.
Bishop.
I know you're not
f6.
blundering pieces here,
Yeah,
right?
bishop
So
takes
knight
x.
f4 is good, queen d1 good, queen e2 good. So I'm not even sure what was the idea for Wesley, like with queen c6, queen e7. Because g5, clearly he was relying on g5. But how do you go wrong with white? Your knight is hanging, you capture the bishop, right? It's very hard to do anything else. G takes, and I guess if you start returning maybe and give black time to take on g3, it's not like a dream position, but maybe you still got it. But bishop b2, rook f8. Black couldn't even castle.
Castle, yeah.
Couldn't even castle. That's an absolute disaster now.
Just expecting resignation, any move now.
Queen f4 check.
That's it.
A handshake.
Wow, Gukesh, what a win.
Yeah, but I don't know. Wesley's move Queen C6 historians will ponder that move and wonder what happened. Was there a blackout in Zagreb or something? The world champion, Gukesh, is impressing the entire chess world. Take a look at this line score. After a loss, 5, count 'em, wins in a row, 2 draws today, punctuated by an impressive, emphatic victory as he is clear first.
And let's have a look again at the standings. We know who the leader is. It's the young Gukesh with 14 points. Jan Krzysztof Duda is in clear second. Magnus is in third. And Fabi and Prague hoping to catch up tomorrow with the Blitz. They're currently in fourth.
Wesley has slipped down. And tell us about the remaining schedule.
We have a weekend of Blitz coming up. We'll have first 9 rounds tomorrow.
Right.
The next 9 will be on Sunday. And if there's no clear winner, we'll have playoffs.
Thank you for joining us for the highlight show, and we will see you all tomorrow.
See you soon.
Great.